Welcome to Players Club, live from the Flying T Club studio here at Roxo Media House. I'm your host, Jules Conti, joined by two TCU transfers to our football team, Ken Seals and Drake Dabney. To start off, you guys both had very successful and extensive careers at your past universities. Vanderbilt, you were the third true freshman to start in an SEC game, and then at Baylor, our rival, anyway, you were second for receiving touchdowns in program history. What are you looking forward to starting off this season with a new team?
I think you know, just being out there with a lot of new people, a new scheme, an exciting offense, and just look forward to that first game at home and just getting to go on a journey with a bunch of new guys and go win a championship.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's our second all time in receiving touchdowns. That's pretty sick, dude.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Maybe we'll see some connections out there.
yeah, hopefully. I guess for me, like it's a totally new offensive scheme than kind of what I'm used to. I've for the last couple of years been like a very pro style, kind of like slower tempoed offense. But the offense we're running now, Coach Bryles and the Bryles offense is like super cool. There's a lot of like speed and like kind of just like sportsmanship, like just playing football, like backyard type, aspects to it that I think are a lot of fun. That as so far, we're 7 practices in spring, I've really enjoyed it.
So does it feel different for sure, comparing it to your past universities, not just like overall being in a new place, but the plays that they run and the way that everything's coached, does it feel like a completely different style than what you're used to?
Yeah, I think for me, it just feels like more free, like more fun. We have a lot of different options, like within the scheme, of course, to kind of do what we need to do for us to like go out and make plays. So just having that freedom and ultimately like building that trust with the quarterbacks and just making sure we're all on the same page. I think it's just an explosive, like fun offense to be a part of.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think like a lot of times coaches can like overcoach certain things and like you can really like get in the weeds of like how things should look. And then, whenever you're playing in the game, things happen like so split second, like you have to make fast decisions. And one thing that I've really liked about the staff so far is how simple everything is. It's kind of like, this is what we're trying to do. We need to get this done. There's multiple ways to get it done. And then it's kind of up to you how you want to handle it from there. And so it's kind of trusting the experience of like us older guys and like letting us go out there and play our game that I think is kind of freeing and like a little bit more like fun than, whenever everything is coached to such a fine detail. So
Yeah. That kind of leads me. Do you feel like you have a lot of control over the playmaking when you're out there on the field, or do you still feel like you're kind of told each play before you get out there and
yeah, I
hit the
think
ball?
each play the ball can end up in like 3 different places depending on like the throw, handing off the run, or like pulling it running yourself. And, obviously just about every play, there's certain like checks you can get to, like if you see something in a defense. So yeah, there's like a lot of like versatility to it. So
Yeah. Cool. Kind of sticking with that same topic, you mentioned the coaches. So what is it that you look for in a coach when you're looking for a university to play for?
For me, it was just someone who could relate to the players, and someone I felt comfortable like going to talk to, just with on the field and off the field. Honestly, Coach Bryles, he's great at what he does, but he's real good at like relating to the guys and just kind of being someone like that you want to go play for. Like he'll still get on you when he needs to, but he does a great job of like lifting you up and just bringing that confidence to you and the offense. So it's great to be around guys like him and Dykes and really the rest of the staff.
Yeah.
yeah, they're all super chill, which has been like really cool to like hang out with them. And sometimes we're not even like talking football in meetings. We're just like catching up on like what we're doing in each other's lives and stuff, and just kind of like being cool with each other. And I think that's like something that I didn't think that I was really looking for that I'm really glad that I found here. So
Awesome. So last time we met, I have met them both before. They've been into the studio. We were kind of just starting with lifts. You were just kind of getting to the team. Now, like you said, you're 7 practices into the spring. How is the dynamic between even just you guys, the other transfers, the past players? How has that changed like within this time and now that you're really on the field and playing with each other?
I think like the off season is good to kind of build that team camaraderie and stuff and go through the hard things together. But I think just getting out there on the field, you get to really see guys do what they're best at, and that's what's play this game of football and just start to kind of see things click and make sense. And just the energy has been amazing out there, just offensively and defensively. So it's been a breath of fresh air to just kind of be out there with these guys and experience something new and just go to work every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think like it takes time to get to know guys, and so going through practices and like camp and stuff, and the workouts, like taking the time to get to know people, like going out and eating or something, or hanging out after practice or after a lift or something. I think we've just had more time to do that, get to know our teammates, and it's been cool, like being friends with those guys, getting to learn what they're about, getting to know more about them. So it's that's a whole nother like aspect to transferring that you kind of don't really think about, but it's like getting to know someone all over again, and like kind of having to find like where you fit back into a team and stuff, like what your role is going to be. That it definitely takes longer than 3 months. I think as long as we've been here, and I think we're still figuring it out. But it's been going good. It's still like in progress. So
Of course. Stepping away from football for a little bit, but still sticking with the team aspect, is there anything that you guys have been able to do off the field with some teammates that you feel like has been fun? You've been, I know you're both from Texas, but experiencing being back in Texas for you specifically, kind of that Texas lifestyle, hanging out off the field?
And really just hanging out with the guys on the weekends. I know the tight end position, we've gone out to a couple dinners and stuff and just exploring Fort Worth. I had a couple guys take me to the stockyards. That was the first time I've been there.
You've never been to the stockyards?
That was my first time. So I felt like a true
boy.
Fort Worth local doing that.
Yeah.
But yeah, just little stuff, honestly. Like you said, it's a process, kind of getting to know everybody. But I think just the more you hang out, and it doesn't have to be anything major, just the more like you kind of build that trust with these guys. So.
Do you have a pair of boots?
I do not yet. I've been contemplating.
You live in Texas.
Yeah, I know. I was actually gonna get some before the Houston rodeo, but I didn't. So I was like, I'm gonna wear these once a year. I might have to though. I think I need to make the purchase.
Any opportunity to wear your pair of boots. Every time I get the chance, I put my boots on. It was the first purchase I made after I got into TCU.
Wow.
Yeah, I think I just need to go ahead and commit to it. So.
And if you're gonna go line dancing,
I don't even know what boots I would get though. Like.
You got to figure out if you're
I'm not someone to ask.
you need to know if you're a square toe guy or a round toe guy. That's like the first thing you got to figure out.
Mine are pointed.
Well,
Is that
you're not gonna. That's not gonna be an option for you. So
we'll see.
Yeah, it's more your vibe. Like you vibe with the round toe or square toe. And you kind of stick with it at that point.
I feel like I see more of the square toe.
Yeah,
I was gonna say I've never seen a round toe.
It's kind of an older, like more like. I wouldn't say mature,
Like
but like I think younger
type.
guys wear like square toes. I don't know.
Got you.
Ken, have you been to the stockyards yet?
Yeah, I have. So I like I only lived like 30 minutes away growing up, so we would go there for like school field trips or whatnot, and
School field trips.
Yeah, like
Do you
whenever I was
like
well, it's like historic, No, it's not. So
to learn
a lot of history in the stockyards too, and so it was more like you go around to the shops and you see like. Where they kept the cattle, or like where they would have had the auction, stuff like that. I don't really know. I don't
history.
remember.
No line dancing, unfortunately.
Yeah,
you didn't hit Billy Bob's on the way out or anything.
No, did not know that Billy Bob's is a thing back then, but yeah.
So you have a pair of boots.
Yeah, I do.
There you go.
You got to get working on that, maybe a little bit.
Nashville made me get some too. So
well, yeah. Fair enough.
That's a little fair.
You've always kind of been living the country lifestyle. You can't really.
It was the different style, but yeah, it was Nashville, so it was fun.
Keeping off the topic of football, we'll get back to it eventually. What is your favorite conspiracy theory?
Oh.
Go for it. It's on the tip of your tongue.
Man, I'm not the biggest conspiracy theory guy, but the one that has always caught my attention would be the pyramids, just because like no one's been able to figure out
Who made them?
How they got there.
Do you believe that aliens could have made them?
I think so. I also
We're gonna get like
think
No one's judging.
I also think that like a long time ago there was some type of advanced technology that they had before, and then something happened within then and now that like set us back, so we don't have that technology anymore. That's what I think would be the most reasonable
I was gonna say like
explanation
someone
to
was
where,
really
yeah,
bored and they just started
the way they
building
built them. But I don't know. I don't.
advanced technology that we no longer have.
Yes.
Honestly, I'll stick
Yeah.
with that. I'll go with your story. Next time someone asks me, that's exactly what I'm gonna say.
Or the aliens.
Or the aliens.
Yeah.
Or yes, they came down on their spaceships or whatever their little disc
They-
things are called.
The saucers.
Saucers.
Yeah.
And they imported them here.
Yeah.
Boom, and they live inside them, and that's why you can't get inside.
Oh, there it is.
Cleopatra's tomb, it's the aliens. Do you have a conspiracy theory, Ken?
You know, I think like there's a couple that I'm like not sure on. There's one that I'm like I've really thought about a lot. And it's kind of like gets into like scientific and stuff, so a lot of people disagree with it, but like how old the Earth is.
Okay.
I've seen like a lot of stuff like that would make me kind of like believe like a 6,000-year-old Earth, and it's not like near as old as we think. And
Really?
yeah, so it messes up a lot of things that we've learned about like school and evolution and stuff like that. But like
You
dinosaurs,
believe that the Earth is round, right? And not
yeah,
flat.
it's round.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, it is round.
No judgment to anyone out there.
Yeah, so but also I don't know. It's not something I wholeheartedly believe, but like I do think it's interesting.
You know what I think about all the time, and it kind of relates to yours. Sorry, a little bit more than yours, but do you ever think about like being on Earth and like seeing through your perspective of life? And it's like, how do I see through my perspective of life, and I don't see through like Drake's perspective of life? Does that make sense? No one
Like-
ever understands what I'm saying. But like I see through my eyes, and like Drake sees through his eyes, and you see through your eyes. Like, why don't like in video games that you can switch avatars?
Yeah.
I think this is like an existential crisis.
You're your
I
own
think
person.
that's what that is.
Like I want to be able to switch between avatars because why am I just stuck in player one?
Like just you.
Just me.
That's interesting.
That's my
So
conspiracy
you're
theory.
like, do you think like, have you ever had thoughts that like
I'm scared.
you're in the world and everything around it, like literally, it's kind of
Like a simulation?
like the world revolves around, like everyone was placed here for your life. Have you ever?
No, because there's people who do way greater things than I do, and way
Like,
greater
what if
things than I'll
that's
ever
just for you
do.
to see something? Like, what if I'm here in this interview just?
You're just a simulation. You're gonna throw me on a spiral right now.
But,
No, I don't think the world revolves around me, but that would be nice, wouldn't it?
that'd be nice to change avatars every once in a while.
Every once in a while. Like imagine being like Bruno Mars. I love Bruno Mars. If I could just like be him for a day, just like his voice perform at one of his concerts, like that'd be sick. But like I can't switch
Yeah.
avatars.
It's crazy.
I'm changing topics before the audience thinks that I am
Yeah.
absolutely
What do they?
crazy.
That's hilarious.
But going back to the honestly pyramids, aliens, full circle moment.
Oh.
If you could go back to any decade and like live in that decade, what would you pick?
Ooh. I feel like I don't know. I would really like to go back to like what's it called? This goes back to like the TikTok trend, but like not really ancient Rome, but like ancient Greece.
Okay.
So I like went abroad to Greece last May
Mhm.
and got to like go across the country and stuff, and like especially during like I don't know, like the times when there was like gladiators and stuff, and like
Cool.
that would be really, and that it wasn't a great time to be alive, but it'd be cool to at least see it.
Experience.
Yeah.
Maybe for a little bit. If you
Yeah.
could like go for a little bit and then
Like if I
come
could have
back.
attended like a gladiator fight in the Coliseum, like that would have been pretty cool.
Watched or participated.
Nope,
Have
I'll
you
watch.
seen- Have you
Watch.
seen The Gladiator?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I would, because I've been to Greece and seen kind of the ancient, like in Athens and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And then watching The Gladiator, that'd be kind
So you're
of cool
both going back there.
I think either that or like the biblical times, like
You guys are going way
just-
back.
just to
I was going to say like the 50s. So I can wear like
You wanna be the
little skirts
50s?
and go to like drive-in theaters.
Say.
But yeah, no, like ancient Rome and
I don't know.
and Athens.
Oh.
Gladiator fight, sure.
I don't know, that was the first thing that came to my mind. So
Honestly, sounds kind of fun. I'm jealous. Where else have you guys traveled throughout the world? You both said Greece, which is kind of sick. It's a dream vacation of mine.
yeah, you should.
Yeah, I mean, that was my first time in Europe, but I've been to, Mexico, a lot of tropical places, Costa Rica. I'm losing it now, but
Fair enough.
it's tropical, yeah.
Tropical
I'm usually
places,
a
like
beach-
vacations
yeah,
there. I'm a beach
guy,
person, vacation-wise.
Dude, that's
for
awesome.
sure.
That was my only abroad experience.
Greece?
So yeah.
I want to go to Greece so badly.
It's really cool.
I
I
would live,
didn't
like,
I
my
didn't do the
most favorite
islands or
city.
anything like the Mykonos or Santorini,
You
and
gotta go back.
I know I'll go back and do that. So
You have to.
What's your dream vacation spot?
I would probably say like south of France, like
Okay.
Saint-Tropez,
Yeah.
like those islands.
Yeah,
I feel like that
beautiful.
would be
You're
pretty
like,
cool.
look at you.
well traveled. That's awesome.
Well versed in this subject.
I
South
love it.
France.
Anytime I could go on a vacation, I'm there. So.
Fair enough.
That's awesome.
Me too. I wish. Do you think you'll get to travel at all this summer? I know it's kind of jam-packed with football, but
Yeah. So I got a couple of vacations planned in May, so I'm looking forward to
for
that.
your 1 month off.
Yeah.
Look at you.
You're already planning
You
for
just
me?
jumped into
Yeah.
attention.
Like really?
Anytime I get that break, I'm finding somewhere to go.
Somewhere to go.
Dude, that's
Get out of
awesome.
Texas. I mean, you live here
Yeah.
now,
Yeah.
always, so. What about you, Ken? Dream vacation spot.
Dude, I don't know. The Bahamas probably.
That's
Just the
I wanna
beach.
go
Just
there.
relax.
Yeah, I think so.
Felt
I-
that always.
I really don't know. Like I haven't done a lot of vacationing, so like I don't know like what would be cool. I think like it'd have to be a balance between like somewhere where I can like chill out and also like go
Do
sightsee.
something fun.
Which
Yeah.
was what I really liked about Greece was like there was times like just sit on the beach
Cool.
and like just hang out, enjoy like a beautiful scene and then like go see like something really cool. So
Yeah, like go travel. That's why I've always wanted to go to like Italy
yeah.
and see everything, like see the Colosseum, go into the church and like see all those like crazy things in Rome, but then go to like the coast
Yeah.
and the beaches, like we were saying, south of France, and just relax and take in how absolutely beautiful it
Right.
is. That'd be crazy. Bucket list. Speaking of, one last question, and I'm going to throw it to break for a little bit. Do you guys have like a top bucket list goal, dream that you could accomplish?
Oof.
It doesn't even have to be like realistic and like career wise, like something fun you've always wanted to do. Like, I want to skydive so badly.
Yeah, I'm
No,
not with you on that one.
great advice.
No, the risk versus reward to me is just like I don't like a skydive. I don't know
Well,
if I
you're
would like.
attached to a professional.
Yeah.
I would never do it myself. Just like put a parachute on my
just-
back and push me out of
yeah.
the plane.
Maybe one day I'll get there. That's just not something I.
Fair enough.
I
Not
feel like that's
for
a big
everyone.
bucket list that a lot of people want to do. That's just never been something I'm like, let me sky.
Let me jump out of plane. Fair
I
enough.
don't.
Dude, I don't know if I have any.
Yeah.
You don't have like one thing that you've always wanted to do?
I don't really know. I don't know if that's bad. I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like. I mean, there's a lot of places I want to go, but not like a specific activity, I guess.
Then let's end it on be in the NFL.
Yeah.
Boom.
there
Great
it
end
is.
to my break. I don't want to end on, I don't know, guys. Sorry. Dream,
Yeah.
bucket list, go to the NFL. Boom, football. Anyway, we're going to throw it to break for a little bit, but when we come back, I promise we'll be talking a little bit more football.
We're lucky to have a collective that's as strong and as powerful as the Flying T Club. It's a big deal for us. It is a game changer. You know, I would just encourage any fans out there to support it. Everyone asks me, what's the biggest priority? And I say, NIL is big. Please jump on board, show these student athletes how much they mean to you. The thing about NIL is I think there's a right and a wrong way to do it, and the Flying T Club's do it the right way. Let's keep winning. Join the Flying T Club today.
Welcome back into the Flying T Club studio. Let's jump right back into it. We talked a little bit about how spring ball has started, and you guys are now in the Carter. You did not start there. How does it feel to be playing on the field finally?
It felt great just to be out there in the stadium finally, and scrimmage one, just to finally put everything together and kind of mock a real game situations and go live with the guys and kind of just see all the pieces starting to come together. So yeah, it was good.
It adds another level of like intensity when you're in the stadium too. So it's just fun and it's been cool. So
Does it feel different from when you're playing on the practice field and then you transfer over into the stadium? Is it a big adjustment or?
No, I mean, at first, yeah, but when you're in between the lines, it's just another field you're on. But it was different, kind of, because I played in the stadium.
Yeah,
for another
quite a few
team, so now
times.
being in there for TCU is also pretty cool. So
Looking up and seeing purple for a good reason
Yeah,
instead of hating purple.
yeah.
yeah, that's
So you guys had your first open practice just last Friday. How'd it feel to have people there and watching you guys for the first time?
It was fun. I mean, I had a good amount of family there for the game, or it's not, I guess not even a game, but like the scrimmage.
Yeah.
So it was really cool that they could watch me. I think it was the first time my mom's come to practice since I was in elementary school. So it was really cool to have her out there. But no, I think everyone was like super pumped and excited. There was some good energy around it, and yeah, made some plays. So it was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I also had family show up as well. My parents drove in from Houston. Then I had my aunt and uncle. They're in the Dallas area too, so I got a lot of family in the Dallas area that's I'm gonna be looking forward to come to the next one in the spring game. And
Does it add a lot of like motivation or pressure when you have family members there and watching you?
I mean, for me, not really. I feel like I don't know. My parents do a good job of like just kind of letting me do my thing and
Supporting without
yeah,
without coaching you from the
yeah.
sideline.
Like at first when I was younger, it was like my dad and he would really try to push me and stuff. But now he's to the point where like he's just both
knows
my
you know
parents
you're
are-
doing
yeah, they're trying to just support good or bad. So it's nice to know that they won't be pressuring me or trying to judge me when I come off the field. We can
Yeah.
just talk about life and stuff like that.
They're just excited to be
Yeah,
there and watching you
yeah,
and wearing purple because it's a
yeah,
great
for
color.
sure.
That's cool. I think for me, it does sometimes adds a little bit of stress. I think especially whenever it's like a bad play or something, and I go to the sideline, I like look up and like see if my dad's looking at me. He's like staring
Of
at
course he
me,
is.
like waiting for me to just look in the stands at him. And I kind of give him like a, oh well. He's like,
He's like, you know that I know.
yeah.
Like
I'm
it's
like,
still like
And do better. Yeah.
I feel like it's still built in, like good or bad play. Always
yeah,
find my dad somewhere.
yeah. It's like, you see that?
Were you looking down by chance,
Yeah.
going to get a hot dog? No? You saw it? Oh, okay.
It's better when you look up and it's a good play, and they're like, yeah,
Yeah.
like cheering you on. So that's more fun.
That was exciting. You mentioned the spring game, and we do a whole blowout thing. We were kind of talking about it a little bit off camera before, but TCU does live music. We have food. Families come. Last year, I know you guys obviously weren't here, but it was a big deal. I came, like we sat in the student section. It's crazy. Did you guys have anything like that at your past universities?
I mean, at my past university, we had the whole spring game and people would show up and stuff. But I feel like this is gonna be kind of next level. So I'm looking forward to seeing all that it is, and
Yeah.
I think it'll be a lot of fun. I mean, I'll be on the field, but hopefully I'll get to enjoy some of the other stuff after. So yeah, I think it'll be a great deal.
Yeah, I think like at least for spring games that I played in at Vandy, there wasn't really like students going. I don't think, and sometimes we didn't have them in the stadium either, so they'd be like on another site. So I think like it's going to be really cool to play in such a nice stadium and have like I think a fan base that's kind of like invested in it and like excited to go and see like what the team's going to bring for next year. So it's just going to be cool to play in front of like that type of crowd and that energy. And I think we're all going to be having fun out there. It's not a win or loss situation, so it's just going to be fun out there playing football, and then everyone's having a good time in the stands. So that'll be good.
It's honestly adorable. So many people bring their families because it is such a community-based, like our school is at least like so community-based. If you drive around the neighborhoods, I'm sure you've seen there's purple everywhere.
Yeah.
Christmas time. I don't know if you guys really got to experience Christmas around here because you kind of came a little bit after,
Yeah.
but everyone decorates in purple Christmas lights.
Really?
So it's honestly awesome, but they'll bring their kids and they dress them up. Like all the little girls are wearing cheerleader uniforms. The little boys have like little football uniforms on and helmets. It's a really cool sight to see. So I'm excited for you guys.
Really
It'll
cool.
be fun.
Pulling away from kind of all like the lighthearted-esque stuff, but now that you're in this moment of spring ball and you're finally out there and you're on the field and you're working with all the guys for the first time, is there any, I don't want to say tension, but you guys do know that you're competing for a spot. There is no like starting lineup yet. Does that ever show through when you're out there and you're playing with your teammates, or is it always kind of a positive atmosphere?
I think it's been positive. I mean, obviously there's competition in every position room. There's competition in the tight end room, and I feel like, I mean, a good team is going to be mature enough to compete and make each other better, but without letting it kind of interfere with the dynamic of the team and kind of mess up that relationship between each other. So, I mean, if someone else does something good, we're all encouraged, and if you do something good, you want the same. So I think just kind of feeding off each other really just helps us kind of come closer and ultimately get better at the end of the day. So yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of the same at quarterback too. Especially at quarterback, a lot of times, and I've been a part of it, where the room just kind of turns toxic, and it's like guy has a bad play or something, and it's not like other other teammates are like trying to help him figure it out, or if he has a good play, like you don't cheer for him, kind of type of situation.
Yeah.
So that stuff I think we do a really good job of avoiding, at least. So Josh isn't practicing right now with us, and that's kind of like a whole nother dynamic that we don't have right now. But at least for me and Haas, he's coming out of high school and like still trying to figure out college football. Like I love like seeing him progress forward and like learn, and like there's not too many times that I can help him, but I feel like if there is something that I want to teach him, but I've experienced, because I'm not, like super expert on a lot of things.
Yeah, but you've been in the game. Playing
been
at
there,
college
I've
level
seen
is
it.
definitely different than the high school level,
Yeah.
so it makes sense.
And
Yeah.
Coach Browse does a really good job of like coaching us up and tell us what to look for and stuff. So he does a good job developing them. But like I think we're both like very supportive of each other. Like we'll have a good throw, and like we'll be the first ones to like talk about it.
Yeah.
And like we'll have a bad practice, and sometimes we'll both have a bad practice,
Yeah.
and we're just sitting there like, man, like that sucked. And we're like, yeah. But no, it's cool to have him because he's new too. So it's nice that we're both kind of going through it and figuring it out together. So
It's awesome to hear because I feel like so much of what we talk about just at TCU as a whole, but on the sports team specifically, what I've learned through other athletes as well, is how much of like the family dynamic and like how stressed that is about how you like the coaches want you guys to feel like a family, the community wants everyone to feel like a family. So it's awesome to hear that you guys are just super supportive of each other, even though in a sense you are teammates but competitors for certain positions.
Yeah.
So that's really cool. Do you guys think back to way like pee-wee football when you first started, a favorite football memory? It doesn't have to be like college career. It could be anytime, or it could be college career if you have like a cool highlight.
I think I know mine right off the top of my head.
Okay.
It would be it would actually have been last year. I had kind of like went through some stuff, saw the field early when I was younger, and then junior and senior year got away from it, got hurt, got benched, and then halfway through the senior season I got put back in the game, and it was the first game I was starting. We were playing Missouri at home, and we were on like the 4-yard line, and it was like a simple little read option, and I kept the ball, and like it was an easy touchdown scored. But I just remember like being so like excited, like happy that I had like scored, and like it was the first time I had scored in like 2 years, and even like started a football game. I was like screaming and flexing so hard. I remember like I flexed so hard, like I got like
Lightheaded.
and like it was literally it was only probably for like a second, maybe a second and a half, where I was just like yelling, screaming. But like I remember like, whoa, I gotta like
A little too excited.
calm down. And you turn around, like everyone's running at you, and like stands are going crazy. So that was like my first like touchdown like back playing, and it was
That like gave me the chills.
it was awesome.
That's exciting. Do you have anything?
I'd say, yeah, I think my freshman year, scoring my first touchdown, getting my first start. I know we had Ben Sims was my guy. That was during like COVID year, so every week it was somebody getting popped, and they'd be out for the game that week. And so Ben was a starter at the time. He ended up getting COVID, so he was out 2 weeks. And coach called me. He was like, "Hey, like you're up. You're starting this week." So I was like, "All right, here we go." Like completely not expecting to score or anything. Like second drive of the game, scored my first touchdown. It was kind of like just like a thing. Like I'm really here in college football. Like scoring a touchdown on TV. My friends are going crazy and stuff like that. So that was a cool moment. And then winning a Big 12 championship was,
Oh, of course.
yeah, that was probably one of the best nights of my life. So that was, yeah.
I love how like honestly look at each other right now, not to be like stupid and corny, but it's so cute how like exciting that is. Because that's awesome. It's so cool to think about moments like that. And you have this opportunity now, both of you specifically, like transferring to a new school. You have this whole new team, this whole new group of people, and this opportunity to just do something great with it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
sure.
that's just so exciting. You guys are making me excited.
Let's go.
Speaking of, I'm kind of putting you on the spot a little bit now because I was doing my research, of course, as I do. And you've done some great things for Baylor against us specifically.
Oh, right.
I have
Pull out the stats.
2021, a 21-yard touchdown catch versus us, of course. And then 2023, a team best 4 receptions for 77 yards. So what are you going to do for TCU? Something even bigger, better?
Yeah, that's the goal. I mean, be bigger and better. Someone told me like I've had the opportunity to be in like one of 2 players to score against us and for
Oh,
TCU.
yeah.
I think JP Richardson was the other one at Oklahoma State, but I think trying to win a championship, I feel like it'd be cool to have 2 Big 12
Flex a little
titles
bit,
on.
yeah.
Yeah, so that would be
That's
crazy.
hype.
2 rivalries.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
No, that's the mentality we need going into this.
Just I don't know, just taking it up another level.
And we get to wear purple.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had to bring it up. I was sitting and I was reading through your guys' stats, and it's just Vanderbilt's a little farther away, and obviously we don't play them, but then I go to Baylor and it's just it hits close to home, you know? It just
Still,
hurts a little bit. So
I still won all of those games, so
honestly, fair enough. So let's keep that momentum up for sure.
We won those games.
yeah, now it's nice part of it.
I want to end on keeping on like this like kind of lovey-dovey note that like I'm liking so far. Just one last question for you guys. What is the best piece of advice that you've received from a coach or a mentor growing up that you take with you into each game?
Just for me, I know I mentioned Ben. I think I might have said this earlier, but I think he told me this is actually pretty recent. I was going through a lot during the season and stuff like that, and he knew that, and he had reached out and he was like, hey, just think about the game and like its purest form, like take out all the extra noise and just everything that is just external, and just think about it in its purest form and go play that. And I think that really just helped me really in life. Just like if you're doing something, like think about it for what it is and don't get caught up in the mess of it all and what it can be. Because a lot of times playing this game, a lot of external stuff can affect you, and I mean, it's a lot mentally and physically, but when you just remember why you're playing, and this is just a game at the end of the day, it's literally a fun game that we love to play. It just makes it a lot easier. So, yeah.
I love that.
I think mine was similar. It was we had an assistant, kind of like a volunteer coach my freshman year. His name was Kyle Shermer. He played quarterback at Vandy too, and ended up coming back and kind of helping out the team. And before every game, we'd be warming up or wherever. He would come over, find me, and be like, "Don't make it any bigger than it is. Just a game." And that was probably like, especially playing as a freshman, like the most helpful advice that I got, because so much like you can get like caught looking up in the stands and stuff, and like seeing like everyone's reaction and like listening to the crowd, but like keeping your attention on the field and like not making like it really isn't life or death. You know, you can make it feel
It's
like
football.
it sometimes. Yeah, you know, kind of like he was saying.
Put it in perspective.
Yeah, don't make it any bigger than it is. Like, this isn't your life. This isn't like who you are as a person. This is just kind of what you do for fun, and you're good at it, so have fun doing it. So
Yeah, I love that. At the end of the day, it's something you guys love to do, and that's obviously why you've chosen to pursue it at least this far into a college level, a D1 level. So that's awesome. I love that. Well, I'm really excited for you guys for the rest of the spring season, for your scrimmage. I can't wait to be there. And then the start of next season. It's going to be great. I just know it. You guys are going to do great things, and it's going to be awesome. So thank you for coming in today.
yeah, of course.
For chatting with me for a little bit. For everyone behind the scenes here at Roxo Media House, I'm Jules Conti, and go Frogs.